Hey there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault. For a change, I'm just deviating from the cars and bikes territory and venturing into the smartphone territory, although I have done smartphone reviews earlier and you'll still find them in my playlist section of the channel. In this video, I share all the specs that have been revealed for the most sensational and the most anticipated smartphone of this year. I also share the launch date and the expected pricing of the much awaited OnePlus 6, so let's get started. First of all, the latest flagship slayer would be sporting a notch reminiscent of the iPhone 10. The OnePlus 6 will also get a 6.28-inch 2280 by 1080 Full HD Plus AMOLED display. Talking about the much debated upon notch and the resulting derivative design for the OnePlus 6, OnePlus CEO Mr. Pete Lau explained that the OnePlus 6 needed a display that met the rigorous testing standards of the company while also being readily available for the heavy production volume the company is expecting with its next smartphone. He said the best screen that met all the requirements eventually ended up having a notch. He further emphasized that the OnePlus users had clearly voiced their opinion, stating that they wanted more screen space without the phone getting any bigger. He therefore concluded that the notched display as of now was the only way to satisfy the users. Apart from this, the phone will get a 3450 mAh battery as opposed to the 3300 mAh battery that we get for the 5T. The OnePlus 6 will be powered by the all-new powerhouse Snapdragon 845 processor, but instead of being clocked at 2.8 GHz, this one runs at 2.7 GHz. As far as memory and storage are concerned, the base variant is likely to offer 6 GB of RAM plus 64 GB of storage. The middle variant would get 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. And finally, we'll also be getting a top spec variant featuring 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage. Now, this model will be running an OS based on Android 8.1 right out of the box. Also, some leaks suggest that we'll still continue to get a headphone jack, which is great. Talking about the camera, the dual camera setup at the back would feature a 16 megapixel shooter and a 20 megapixel shooter just like the OnePlus 5T, and both lenses get an f1.7 aperture. What's really interesting though is that we would be getting a 20 megapixel front facing camera with f2.0 aperture, unlike the 16 megapixel shooter that we got for the 5T. Now this is something which would have the OnePlus brigade completely drooling over. One more thing to note here is that the alert slider would now come with a slide to focus option, which is again quite interesting. Also, the latest teaser tells us that the OnePlus 6 would be waterproof. Now, so far, OnePlus have not offered waterproofing to any of their phones, so this is going to change as well with the OnePlus 6 being water resistant, which is great. Apart from all of the aforementioned info, the recently teased image shows us the OnePlus 5T being placed on top of the OnePlus 6, where we see that the alert slider has been moved from its traditional position on the left side. Strong rumors also suggest that the OnePlus 6 might be getting a glass back, which would support wireless charging. Also, we can see here clearly that the OnePlus 6 appears almost the same size as the OnePlus 5T despite offering a larger display, which is great. As per the latest scoop, the phone is likely to be launched on May 18th as an Amazon exclusive here in India with a starting price of Rs 39,999. Now please note that OnePlus also recently announced its partnership with Marvel Studios, which means just like we got the Star Wars Special Edition model earlier with the 5T, OnePlus would be offering an Avengers Infinity War Edition with the OnePlus 6, and I believe it would be the top spec variant sporting 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao, take care and God bless.